All right, so today we're going to give you the Smith & Wesson M&P Bodyguard Part 2. And what I realized from the first video, I went back and watched it. It's long, it's convoluted, it's hard to understand. We shot so many different, we shot 4 different rounds, but it would shoot so much and then all of a sudden you would have a light primer strike, and it's sort of, it's just aggravating. So the ammo that we was mainly having trouble with was Fiocchi. I don't exactly know how some people pronounce it differently. And so coming into this video, we're not going to shoot any Fiocchi ammo, all right? Because that was where all the problem was. So me and the old man had sort of a conversation about it, and we decided that white box Winchester and Remington had zero issues with it since he had got it back from Smith & Wesson the second time. So we were going to shoot some American Gunner, some hollow points from Hornady, and you notice that I said we was, because I was talking about the pistol and the trigger and how I really like it, and how, you know, just seeing how good I could do it 21 feet and 31 feet. I'm going to take a few shots of Bodyguard, some white box Winchester 380s. This is 21 feet 7 yards. I'm going to shoot it to head and just try to get used to the trigger and the sights and just see how it does. All right, 6 shots. Let's check it out. Just see. I think it was 6 shots. I think this one here, maybe 2 bullets went through that same hole there. That's at 7 yards, and for a little gun like this, 7 yards is 21 feet. This is not a target gun or a competition gun. It's just a close range defense gun. I'm going to step back 10 more feet to 31 feet, and I'm going to hold the sights right about here and see how it does. This is not bad for such a small gun with a long trigger. So let's step back 10 feet and do it again. So I step back to 31 feet. Like I say, this is a little small self-defense gun with a long trigger. I'm just going to see what we do at 31 feet. I'm not going to shoot fast or nothing. Just see. I'm going to hold it on the X. So. Well, I'm keeping the muzzle pointed down range because that right there was a light primer strike with a white box Winchester, which to this point we had fired 100 rounds and had not had one light primer strike. And whenever I kick it out and I hold that light primer strike in my hand, people get they're disturbed by it. So I'm gonna double strike it. There's a round, I can see a round in there, and so let's just see what happens now. All right, 31 feet. Let's see what we did with that. All right, 31. This is 21 feet. This is 31 feet. And you can see the group is starting to open up, and with a small gun like this, the further back you go, the wider your group's going to get. We had another light primer strike. And that just blows this video to crap, because the old man leading up to this was convinced that if we stayed away from Fiocchi ammo and we just shot Remington and white box Winchester, that everything would be just fine. Well, I just had a light primer strike live shooting at a target, and the old man, he's not here right now, so I will say this. He bought this little gun because it has Smith & Wesson right there on it. He's a huge Smith & Wesson fan, and he bought this gun merely on reputation. Well, it's been back to Smith & Wesson twice, and we're still getting light primer strikes. And you can say white box Winchester is a cheap ammo. Well, we had shot 100 rounds without an issue just until just now. So it's just turned into just a pain in the The old man wanted to have confidence in it before he carried it, that it was going to be reliable with certain types of ammo. So we were going to shoot some of these for maybe for self-defense or whatever. I'm not even shooting these because this is when you shoot 100 rounds and then you have a light primer strike, you know, it's just, I'm cutting these videos short. I'm not going to do another video on it unless whatever the old man wants to do. If he wants to send it back to Smith & Wesson, that's fine. It's his gun. He really likes the gun for like a pocket gun, backup gun. And I actually like the gun, and it shoots pretty good for a small gun. But the problem is that just can't keep shooting ammo waiting on that light primer strike. And people will say it has double strike capabilities, but man, the double strike capability doesn't mean a lot to me when it's having light primer strikes. I don't want to be just sitting there clicking a gun, because if the gun snaps, in theory, you really need to run the slide. Because it could have not picked up another round, and you're sitting there clicking your gun thinking you had a light primer strike. So for right now, I'm pretty much done doing videos with this gun. I'm done spending money on shooting it. You know, this is just, you know, we're just done. And in the last video, some people had said that when I would get a light primer strike, I would keep the muzzle pointed down range, and then I would kick the round out into my hand, and I would look at it. And what I would do is I'd go find one on the ground, or we had some that had been shot through a Glock, and I was comparing the dent, seeing if it's enough dent to set the round off. I was trying to determine whether it was the ammo or the gun. So I should have used more caution doing that. I apologize. You know, it's not, you know, don't get your safety. I support gun safety, but don't get your safety, your life safety directions from me. But I'm all about safety, and if you're watching this video and you have a light primer strike, some people say leave it pointing down range for 20 seconds. Some people say 30 seconds. I don't know. I kicked it out in my hand and looked at it. So take that for what it is. But like I say, in defense of Fiocchi ammo, because that's who we had the most trouble with, the old man goes up there and buys this stuff at a shooting range that's in the city. And they have tons of this stuff, and it circulates constantly, and we don't have any trouble out of any other guns. So I'm not going to poo-poo on Fiocchi ammo. When everything else shoots it and one gun don't shoot it. Now we have one more light primer strike from white box Winchester. What are we going to do? Are we going to shoot 100 rounds of defense ammo and wait for that light primer strike? Will it happen? I don't know. But this is all we're doing with this video. If you know, I just, the Bodyguard is just, you know, we can't give this one thumbs up. So if you also have had trouble with the Bodyguard, tell us about it. If not, if you enjoyed any of this video, like and subscribe. You know, try not to give us a thumbs down. You know, we give the gun a thumbs down. Try not to give us a thumbs down. You know, because it really hurts our feelings, you know, but not really, but alright, so that's it. There's no more Bodyguard videos unless the old man sends it back to Smith & Wesson for a third time. Out. Look, one quick thing. If you have a Bodyguard and it works great, it's reliable, that's great. Don't, or if you're thinking about buying a Bodyguard, don't base your life around some guy shooting a Bodyguard on YouTube. This is just my personal experience with the Bodyguard. It hasn't been pleasant. So, you know, form your own opinions. Buy your own guns, buy your own ammo, do your own testing, form your own opinions. This has just been my personal experience. Thank you. Oh. Snap. Straight.